Bramborough back with some Grand Tactician Civil War, our CSA campaign in 1.06. It's mid-October in Missouri, and we've got a battle. And this one actually is a little bit different. Price was up here trying to bag some supplies by capturing a federal supply depot. He did not succeed, even though he pushed away the Army of Mississippi. I think it was the Army of the Mississippi. They burned the supply depot down and had the horse artillery in scout mode just kind of come over here and get some vision, and they've been engaged. So the overall numbers are pretty even on both sides. We've got a little bit more in our force, about 19,000. And there's about 25,000 men in the Missouri Corps. But the thing is that the horse artillery has been engaged first. And it's going to be a little while before those 25,000 men show up. So this might be a little interesting. And I don't think we're going to have an opportunity to do things like build entrenchments and set up a defensive position. This may be a little bit more fluid, depending on what time of day that the battle starts. In all the time I've played, I've never really noticed if the time on the campaign map corresponds to the start time of the battle. But on the campaign map, 1839, if that holds true, then this ought to go just fine, because we'll be heading into a deployment zone pretty soon, and I believe that Price would show up before morning. But I don't know if there's a correlation or not. Let's find out. Price's Corps is going into this battle with something like 40% on the campaign map was shown as 40%, I think about 40% artillery ammo and 71% rifle ammo. So let's see what he actually shows up with. There is a pretty close correlation. Okay, sunset in October 1900. So we've got only 38 minutes until redeployment zone. And let's see what the order of battle says for... Oh, it's a defensive situation. That's good. Doesn't mean they won't be able to capture the... Well, never mind. Price is here. Okay, didn't expect that. And yeah, Wadey demoralized again. Okay, well, I think we've got a pretty standard situation then. And here is the objective. Here is the federal entry point. So there, and we can, yeah, here they are. It's their only entry point, and we have the so-called flat spot. See if we can get any sight on them. No, not quite. How about over here? Yeah, okay. This time around, I think I'm just going to keep Van Dorn and Wadey close to the army. I think during the last battle he started dropping off in morale again because he was way off in a different part of the map and isolated, even though he wasn't seeing any combat. Okay, well, they're either going to want to come down the Old White River Road this way and come up, or they're going to want to come up this way past the Manley Place, cross Wilson Creek here. It'll be one or the other, and I think we can set up a pretty nice position in here for either eventuality. So I got a little bit of setup to do, and the Federals got a little bit of marching to do, got a little bit of scouting to do, and I will be back. Yeah, just a quick look at the position, and I think this is going to look pretty familiar from prior battles. They're likely to come down either this way, cross Wilson's Creek here, and come at the objective along this axis, or they're going to come over this way by the Manley Place and try to cross Wilson's Creek down here. If they cross any further south or north than that, well, we've still got a nice position either way. We are not outnumbered. I do not expect to be heavily pressed on both sides. It'll be one or the other, so we'll be able to move divisions back and forth as needed. And so the Federals still have a bit of marching to do, and our Cav's going to keep track and see which way they go, and I will be back. Okay, well, Miles brought his entire army down this way. They've crossed here, and they are beginning to form up, I think, for an attempt at the objective in this direction, which is what this position was set up for. Clearly, Rain's division not needed over here. He's bringing his brigades, bringing them over here to this position in this woods right now. And I've got all the wireds now oriented in this direction, and this smoothbore Napoleon battalion coming over here. And our cavalry is setting up way over here on the flank. And skirmisher action has started here along this little creek, so off we go. Oh, by the way, yeah, artillery has all their ammo. Infantry, 60 rounds per man. So that campaign map ammo percentage is sketchy. Okay, looks like they're beginning to make their advance over here. Pillow's brigade beginning to engage from their entrenchments. Well, I thought that would be a pretty good spot for the Wireds. Maybe not. Maybe they got some dead area down in there. These Napoleons are firing. The horse artillery Wireds are all firing. Well, that one's not. I don't know why this one's unhappy. Doesn't look like he's taking artillery fire. All these guys are starting to waver. Having the foggiest idea why. I don't see them taking artillery fire, nor do I see the telltale, you know, I don't see any shell bursts over them. Well, they've got a low fighting spirit. So I probably recruited them from some low support state, I guess. Okay, skirmishers are coming in. I'm not putting skirmishers back out. Once they're in, they're in. Mark's guys doing pretty good over there. They're not responding. They're not engaged either. Okay. I've got these horse artillery on counter battery. They should be shooting at that battery. Not though. I'm shooting at these guys in here. Now that's Rains division in position over here if needed. May not be needed. Let's bring Price over here. And Beauregard too, why not? Okay, well, along this fence seems to be a pretty good spot. I'm just going to move all the wires up to there. That Napoleon's finding shots. I'm sure they will too. I think there's just a little hump in the terrain that's not giving them. That looks weird. Try that again. Fair enough. Okay, they're making an attempt here on the flank. Let's go ahead and bring... Actually, instead of bringing them here, let's get them across the creek over here instead. I think I like that. They'll be marching across open ground, but I think these guys are going to be pretty used up. And let's move the cav. He hasn't been under fire. Where's his losses come from? Deserters? Let's bring the cav out a little bit over this way. guys aren't doing any good. I'm just going to pull them in. Can't get them to respond to go anywhere. Going to give these guys fire at will. Okay. That seems to have helped. It's pretty heavy over here. You get Rains' division over here and then push in on their flank. Clark's doing okay. He's refused the flank fortification there. And they're reinforced parapets as well, so he's getting 70% cover from that. Yeah, reinforced parapet here. Those skirms are coming in, which means these brigades are going to start getting engaged. Okay, at least the wires are firing now. I think we have all of our artillery engaged now. We just had a dead spot back here that wasn't very apparent. Rains' guys getting across the creek. Park is doing okay for lost resilience and casualties. So is Walker. So is Ross. Those guys doing fine over here. Let's go send Marmaduke over here to harass that Artie. Kind of scared to do anything with Wadey. I mean, he's got to get experience, right? To fix this morale problem. So if he breaks, he breaks. They'll eventually be all right. Okay. Rains' guys, good cohesion. Let's advance them to here. Guy's getting all kinds of hate over here from an entire division's worth of fire. That's not going to work out well for him. Ross, how about rotate just a little bit here and take that fellow in the fire. Okay, Marmaduke. Over there and pop that guy. Where's Fagan? Where is Fagan? Goodness. Oh, he's right by Marmaduke. And there's the retreat. Where are we at here? 4,600 to 760. He's taken 24% losses. 26 is the threshold for a major. I bet we can get that. Alright, Wadey. Keep it together. Won't have you charge anything, but... Okay, now let's advance Rain's division right up in here. Now engaging. It's not what I told you to do. Wadey. Come over here. Get those fellas. Go ahead and advance your guys across. For some reason, that doesn't make any sense. I'm seeing that as a withdrawal for some reason. I want to charge him. let's let Wadey's guys get a little bit of success before we graduate to a higher level of cavalry proficiency. Okay, already broke those guys. Now let's charge them. These guys are completely disorganized back here. Just gonna have Brains advance all the way to there. Fighting spirit, 37%. I don't know what's up with that. I guess it's just the XP of the unit. Marmaduke's in melee here still. I don't think he's going to get too much more blood out of that turnip. Let's have a way to go shoot at those guys. They're pretty disorganized. Wiped out a battery there. That's good. There's morale's coming up. Maybe they just need to shoot at stuff. Or not. It's going back down. Okay. Let's back him out before he routes. That may have been a bad idea. Marmaduke took about 80 casualties there. Hey, it rattled him. Okay. $6,500 to about 1,000, 6.5 to 1 ratio. Good. We did lose 16 guns. I guess some of our battalions must have been taking some counter battery. I didn't really notice it. Did lose a little bit of cav there. We'll see how they did. Fine on infantry. Yep. Well, the horse artillery did about 163 casualties. That's good. And slacks, that's the wireds, 127, not that hot. So Wadey managed 165 casualties dealt and took 86. And Marmaduke almost 1,000 again, he did take more than he should have. That very last charge was probably not a fantastic idea. Yeah, a few prisoners, not a ton. And the infantry divisions, yeah, Pillow's division, they were the ones there on the right flank in the fortifications, but basically that was the center because we had Rains come around the other side. Pierce, that was in the other fortifications, 13, almost 1,400. And this Rains division here, only 185, despite the flanking maneuver. They just kept advancing, but they were already running. So basically they were marching, trying to catch up to them. But they did a fine job. I mean, you know. Okay. And the bloodletting in Missouri continues, which is what Price and Beauregard are supposed to be doing. I don't think we had any routes other than a few skirmishers. And nobody picked up any fame either, apparently. Okay, 4,000 infantry arms and 18 artillery. Notice we've started to pick up some Burnside carbines, which aren't terrible. I mean, our own carbines are better. But we're starting to capture these from the Federal cavalry. And we're picking up a few more hauls as well. We're up to 1,000. Yeah, I don't think we've... This looks the same. I think the Mississippi's looks the same. Plains are the same. This number keeps going up. I think we're capturing primarily 6-pounder field guns. Didn't pick up any more Napoleons, that's for sure. Yeah. We're over 100,000 mixed muskets now. Matter of fact, we're up to 104, and I think after the last battle, it was off camera when I looked, but had 98. So we're primarily capturing mixed muskets from the Union infantry. It says a little something about how well the AI is navigating the project system for weapons procurement. Okay, well, if you like what we're doing with the channel, if you like the content, then leave a like, leave a comment, maybe even subscribe. If you want to catch up on what we've been doing with the series up till now, if you're new to the channel, I'm linking a playlist here for earlier episodes. At any rate, thank you very, very much for watching. I appreciate it.